Hello students, welcome back to our fourth chapter, Breathing for Energy. In the last class we learned how oxygen reaches each and every part of the cell. And these oxygen releases energy. And this energy is released mainly in the form of glucose. The process by which energy is released from the glucose in cells is called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration occurs in two steps. One is glycolysis and another one is a Krebs cycle. The first phase in the cellular respiration is glycolysis. This process takes place in cytoplasm. During this process, glucose is converted to pyruvic acid, and as a result, 2 ATP molecules are produced. These ATP molecules you already learned in the first chapter. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. For glycolysis, oxygen is not required. Second phase in the cellular respiration is the Krebs cycle. This process takes place in mitochondria. Through a series of chemical changes, pyruvic acid is converted to carbon dioxide and water. In the Krebs cycle, 28 ATP molecules are produced, and this process requires oxygen. We know that the function of mitochondria is energy production. From this topic, you are getting some important question. Write these questions in your notebook, which is very important. The product formed in cellular respirations, glucose plus pyruvic acid in the presence of cellular respiration give rise to carbon dioxide plus water plus 30 ATP molecules. Next topic is the relation between photosynthesis and respiration. The functions for photosynthesis is energy is stored through the preparation of glucose. In respiration, energy is liberated through the splitting of glucose. The phases of photosynthesis are light phase and dark phase, and in respiration, glycolysis and Krebs cycle take place. The substrates present in the photosynthesis are carbon dioxide and water, and in respiration, glucose and oxygen. The product of photosynthesis are glucose and oxygen, whereas in respiration, the product is carbon dioxide and water. Students, write this also in your notebook. Next topic is the expulsion of carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide and water are the end product of respiration. We already learned that one. The water is eliminated in the form of sweat and urine. But how is the carbon dioxide, the major byproduct of respiration, eliminated from the cells? Let's discuss. The carbon dioxide formed by cellular respiration through the tissue fluid, it reaches the blood. We know that in the blood there contains plasma, RBC and hemoglobin. So, the carbon dioxide combines with 7% of plasma. The carbon dioxide combines with 23% of hemoglobin and give rise to carbaminohemoglobin. The carbon dioxide combines with 70% of RBC and give rise to bicarbonate. The carbaminohemoglobin and the bicarbonate changes back to carbon dioxide in the lungs, and these carbon dioxide through the nostrils it is eliminated out. Let's discuss what happens when the amount of carbon dioxide increases inside the body. When carbon dioxide combines with water present in and out of the cell, it forms carbonic acid, and this increases the acidity in the body. What is the role of the respiratory system in maintaining homeostasis? The respiratory system helps in eliminating carbon dioxide and a small amount of water to maintain the homeostasis. Students, these all questions also you have to write it in the notebook. Only this much for today. Thank you.